Alright. Hey guys, so today I figured I would fill you in on what's been happening in my life the past few days. And I know I haven't uploaded in a little bit. You might be seeing this late because my computer is having some connecting to the internet issues. So I'm not sure when you guys will see this, but not all of you guys follow me on social media. So I figured I'd make a video about it here and yeah, talk to you guys about what's been happening. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you may not have known that I did bust my head open on Wednesday the 17th of May, and I am very lucky that it was not worse than it was. So most of you guys know that I just acquired 2 new training horses, and I do not know these horses very well. I just got them actually this week. I started working with them Monday, and these horses have been ridden before. They've had experience, and they've just been sitting, and so the owner brought them to me to be refreshed, to start working with them again, get them back on track, and to do some work with them. So it was my 3rd day working with these horses, and so far so good. I mean, the horses had been kind of spooky and stuff, but that is something that, you know, I expect with horses who are in a new environment, with horses they don't know, people they don't know, and they don't know where they are really. So these horses just know they're not at home. And Jo is the mare. She's like a black grayish mare, and she's the spookier one. She really acted very green around me, so I figured I would just take it slow with her. In the last few days we've just been doing some lunging. I sacked her out to some bags and stuff, and Wednesday I decided I would try and pick up her feet. So I didn't think this would be a big problem at all because their owner said that they've been trimmed before, and something as basic as picking up a horse's hoof, you know, most horses that have experience know that stuff, so I didn't think this would be a really big deal. So I had Jo tied to a hitching rail, which if you guys watch my videos, you've probably seen the hitching rails at my friend's place before. It's just like the 2 posts in the ground, and then there's a post on top that connects them, and you just tie the horse to that. So it's like just a rail, basically. And so I had her tied to that, and I knew this rail wasn't completely secure. It wasn't that strong, but I didn't think that, you know, Jo would have a big problem picking up her feet. So with horses that I don't know, you guys have seen this in my training videos probably. I take a rope and I wrap it around the horse's hooves to see how well they pick up their hooves, or if they're not good with picking up their hooves. Rather than like putting my face down there and using my hands to try and hold their hooves, I've always just used a lead rope. And for some reason, that was very terrifying for Jo. And I'm not sure why. Her owner said that she stands better for the farrier than the other horse. So I didn't think that, you know, picking up her foot would bother her that much, but it must have been the rope around her leg that really scared her. And she spooked a little bit the first time, but I just figured, you know, she'll relax and figure out what I'm trying to do. So I did it again. And when I tried to pull up on the rope to get her to lift her hoof, she went ballistic, pretty much. She ripped back and pulled on the post as hard as she could, and the top rail of the post, or the top post of the rail, I should say, you know, the one that goes across, she was pulling so hard that she pulled that rail off of the hitching post, and I was standing next to her, and when she pulled back, it ripped the post off and smacked me right in the back of the head. And yeah, it was really scary. I fell to the ground, and I was really disoriented. I didn't pass out or lose consciousness, thankfully, but I fell to the ground, and I remember everything was just shaking and moving all over the place. I couldn't see very well, and all I could see, I saw the horse you know, freaking out because she's dragging this post around on her lead rope. She had no idea what she was doing. And I know I couldn't move very well, but I tried to kind of go off into the ditch so she wouldn't step on me or anything. And I still remember it like really clearly. I just remember hearing the breaking of the wood. Like, you know, like the sound like a branch makes if it's breaking off a tree, that like crunchy, snapping type of sound. I remember that. And I remember the blow to my head, and that kind of sound, like if you hit a big pole or something, that like bong sound, that's kind of the sound it made when it hit my head. And when I fell to the ground, I remember hearing that bong sound. And so I laid on the ground for a sec, because whenever I fall off a horse or something, I always just lay on the ground for a second and try to let my body collect itself, because usually I'm the type of person that shakes. So like usually if I fall and my body's like kind of in shock, I just sit there for a sec and let my body kind of collect itself. But I tried to move over in the ditch, and I sat there for a second, and I didn't feel anything. I wasn't in pain at all. But I looked down and I saw blood all over my hand, and I thought, shit, like I got cut somewhere, but I didn't know where. So I just started feeling, and then I felt my head, and my hand was just soaked in blood. And I tried to get up, and I just tried to hurry over to the grooming bucket where I had my phone. And so I took my phone and I called the house owner, the girl who lives there, my friend. And luckily her roommate was home at the time. Usually there isn't anyone home. So luckily her roommate was inside sleeping. So I went over to the door and I knocked on the door, and she came out and helped me, and we tried to kind of wash out my hair, see what was wrong, and try and clean it up. She gave me some water, and so I called my mom and had her take me to the emergency room, and you know, it just went on from there. So I now have 21 staples in my head, and I'll insert some pictures at the end of the video if you guys want to see those. But it was really, really scary for me, because honestly, I've never been like severely hurt by a horse. You know, I've never actually had a bad injury with horses. So this was my first actual injury working with horses. So it was scary, and it was also, you know, a blow to my head. I didn't know how bad it was. I didn't know if I was gonna bleed out or something. And thankfully somebody was home. You know, a lot of times I go there, nobody is home. So, yeah, it was a lucky day for me. And, of course, when I got to the ER, the people are like, wear your equestrian helmet. We have a lot of people who come in with head injuries because they don't wear their helmet. And, of course, family and people on Facebook are telling me, maybe you should wear a helmet next time, you know, those people that, whatever. But, I mean, I expect to hear that, but most of you guys know how I feel about helmets. I don't think you should have to wear one if you don't want to. It's your own risk. But, you know, something as little and minor as just picking up the horse's hoof, why would I ever think to put my helmet on for that? You know, I wasn't riding her. I wasn't doing anything where I thought she could freak out or get scared or hurt somebody. So, obviously, I didn't have a helmet on. I mean, I was just picking up her hoof. So, it was just a freak accident, and I let their owner know, and I plan to start working with them in a week. I get my staples out a week from today. And yeah, I'm just very thankful that I didn't pass out, that somebody was home, that I didn't break my skull. My skull's fine, my neck is fine, thankfully. And yeah, just so you guys know, videos will probably be scarce the next week or so until I get back to working again. I'm just taking it easy. I didn't have a concussion, thankfully. They said that I probably didn't have one. If I did have one, it's minor, but I haven't had any severe headaches or anything like that. Just some, you know, minor headaches, and it's sore up here today. But yeah, just be careful, friends, because I know these things are scary when you get really hurt. And a lot of people lose their confidence and don't want to continue with horses. And I haven't lost my confidence. It wasn't the horse's fault. I knew that rail wasn't the most secure, but I also, you know, wasn't thinking that this would be a big problem. But yeah, I'm gonna continue working with them after a week of resting and getting my head healed. But yeah, so I read an article a while back about a girl who was leading her horse in from the pasture, and her horse spooked and kicked her in the head, and she actually died, and she was only 12 years old. So I've kind of been thinking about that the last couple days, and how lucky I am. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. I'm gonna put the pictures of my head and my staples in now, so if you guys don't want to see that, you can skip this part. I don't know. I can try and show you guys now. I don't know if you'll be able to see them very well. It's hard to brush my hair and stuff though, because some of the hair is under the staples, so I might rip them out. But I can try and show you guys now. So, okay, let's see. Let's see the right here. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.